Hi everybody, my name is Fab and I'm here to provide you guys with your Q&A answers. I'm really excited because I got a lot of questions and I won't be able to get through every single question, but what I am going to do is I'm going to categorize them and just make it a little bit easier to kind of get people to understand what we need to be doing for goals. You feel me? So what we'll get started with today is a question that will kind of dive into health and fitness. So our first question we have is, I tend to overeat a lot. What should I do? So understand that our relationship with food plays a really huge role on our fitness journey. Now, we're not going to be getting to our goals if we are not happy with what we're eating and if we are not fully knowledgeable with what certain foods do for specific goals. So we really want to make sure that we start to incorporate something called intuitive eating. So once we start to incorporate intuitive eating, it basically helps us become more aware about our body's fullness, our body's hunger, our body's response to hunger or to being full, as well as our just peace with food itself. We want to make sure that we are not striving to be perfect when it comes to our goals. We want to make sure we are striving for improvement. Now, there may be times where your body might be craving a little bit of more of one thing than the other. So our relationship with our body needs to be on point. We need to know that, okay, I ate this, but I was still kind of hungry. Now, with that, we need to make an improvement. Now, it's either we're going to add a little bit more of a said portion of the food, or we're going to incorporate another element to kind of combat from that. If you ever felt like you fell off the wagon, it could lead to you also feeling like you're breaking the rules. You tend to feel guilty and you start to beat yourself up because you wasn't able to kind of do it straight on the teeth, but you don't want to feel like that. Because remember, we want to be eating foods that make us feel good. And just because you had a bump in the road, it doesn't mean that you lack the self-control or you lack the willpower to reach your goals. No, not at all. It just gives us a better idea that we need to feed our body better. We need to provide our body with a range of exercise, is true, a range of nutrition and a range of different foods that are good for our physical and for our mental. You want to make sure that your body is in a biological clock on eating. Whether you are focusing on intermediate fasting for losing weight or you're trying to gain weight and you want to make sure that your meals are bigger in the morning than they are as you go throughout your day. As long as we put our body in a nice control system that we can sustain, then we are able to reach our goals without feeling like we are being subjective on what we should be eating and what we shouldn't be eating. So our next question is, how should we eat when we are trying to gain weight? I can tell you right off the bat that intermediate fasting is not a good idea if you want to gain weight, because you're restricting yourself from receiving calories by putting yourself in an 8-hour window in a 16-hour water supply, and that's more so for weight loss, not so much for weight gain. You want to make sure that you're eating plenty of high carb and high fat foods if gaining weight is a priority to you. The best way to do that is to eat plenty of protein, carbs, and fats for each meal. So for breakfast, protein, carbs, and fats. Lunch, protein, carbs, and fats. Dinner, protein, carbs, and fats. A couple foods that you want to incorporate into your diet for sure when it comes to nuts: almonds, walnuts, macadamia nuts, peanuts, all that. When it comes to dry fruits, raisins are really good, dates, prunes, etc. You want to have high fat dairies like full fat yogurts, whole milk, oat milk, heavy creams, stuff like that. Anything that's going to help you gain the calories, that has a lot of calories, because if you're not incorporating enough calories, you're not going to be able to put on that weight. You want to also be incorporating virgin olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil. When it comes to grains, you want to do oats. You can put oats in like your oatmeal or oats like in your smoothie. You want to definitely have lots of rice, things in that nature. When it comes to meats, you want to have chicken, beef, pork, lamb. You know, if you are like trying to stay away from red meats, that's totally fine too. You just want to make sure you double up on your white meat or your turkey meat or whatever the case might be. Other things could be like potatoes, sweet potatoes, yams, and then you can also do like little add-on that you could be putting into your foods or to your smoothies or to your salads, like pieces of dark chocolate, avocados, peanut butter, coconut milk, granola, and trail mixes. Now, I wouldn't say it's necessarily a good idea to avoid vegetables, but you do want to eat high energy foods because you want there to be that calorie surplus in it. Now, you can still eat those high energy dense foods and have a salad on the side, so you're also getting your greens, because your greens are vital to your nutrition as well. So don't just opt out of that completely. Definitely try to incorporate it 3 to 4 times a week. So our next question we have is, what can I do to lift heavy and improve on my strength? So in order to lift heavier and improve on your strength, it's crucial to start lifting weights. Like, you need to. But at the same time, you want to make sure that you're on a very consistent basis of your exercise regimen, and you are tracking your weight so that the next time when you do that said routine, you can either improve or you can see where your strength is and then go back and just think during the week like, okay, so I'm doing the same workout I did last Saturday, but for some reason I struggled to go up in weight. Was my nutrition at a good base of me receiving those calorie surpluses to combat and get up and go heavier? Or should I be eating a little bit more so that my body can rejuvenate all these nutrients and it can show up in my workout? These are just a couple of things you want to make sure you're thinking about. Another thing is to go into resistant training. Resistant training can go in the sense of using the pulley cables or adding additional resistance to whatever exercise you're doing. Like, I tend to wear my booty bands while leg pressing with 345s. I just got the 345s. I'm pretty gassed. Let's get it. But you also want to make sure, like I said earlier, you are on a consistent workout regimen. If your schedule allows you to train 2 to 4 times a week, that will be kind of good for you to build up on your strength. If you are completely out of shape or completely new to training, I do suggest to hire a certified personal trainer to help you, only because they'll provide you with the accurate information and they'll kind of assess your current fitness to know how quickly or how slowly we can progress to your goals. And just to wrap it up, guys, because this video is actually longer than I wanted it to be, but I'm happy that I'm answering these questions for you guys because I know it's really important for your goals. But incorporating bigger plates can definitely help. If you're a coffee type person, add creamer for the additional calories. A supplement that you can take is creatine, because creatine is a monohydrate that helps with gaining muscle. So that'll be a great addition. And then to combat on soreness, you can look for proteins that incorporate leucine in it, because leucine is a BCA that also helps with muscle recovery. So that is a few more things that you want to do. You also want to make sure that you'll eat your fruit, your proteins and carbs and fats first, and then end it off with a nice vegetable, whatever it may be. It could be a salad, or you eat your steak and your potatoes and then your avocado, and then you have a asparagus on the side. You know, you just want to make sure that you're eating calorie dense foods with protein rich foods as well. And then you also want to make sure that you're not smoking, whether it's cigarettes or marijuana or vaping, because those things can definitely kind of hurt your lungs, hurt your mental, and they can kind of get you to not be moving as effectively as you really want to be. And sometimes excessive smokers tend to not eat, and that's not really good if one of your goals is to gain weight. So if your goal is to gain weight, you don't want to be smoking excessively, because you probably won't be hungry. Your body will get tired. It will be affected, and you won't be able to kind of be as proficient to your goals as you want. So I hope that definitely helped you guys. If you have any questions next time for the Q&A, definitely put them down. You already know we got products for sale. We have our bands, we have our waist trainers, and we have more stuff on our website. So definitely head over to FabFit Nation. You can head to our Instagram. We have it on there as well, and our Facebook page. So if you have any questions, drop them down in the comments, and we'll be sure to answer them next time. Thank you.